The Book of Esther is a historical narrative found in the Old Testament, notable for its depiction of Jewish life in the Persian Empire and its celebration of the festival of Purim. King Ahasuerus and Queen Vashti. The story begins with King Ahasuerus, Xerxes I, of Persia hosting a grand banquet. When Queen Vashti refuses to appear before the king and his guests, she is deposed. Esther becomes queen. Ahasuerus seeks a new queen and orders a search for beautiful young women across the empire. Esther, a Jewish orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai, is chosen for her beauty and becomes the new queen, although she keeps her Jewish identity secret. Mordecai and Haman. Mordecai, who sits at the king's gate, uncovers a plot to assassinate Ahasuerus and informs the king, saving his life. Meanwhile, Haman, an Agagite noble and the king's vizier, rises to power. Mordecai refuses to bow to Haman, inciting his wrath. Haman's plot. Enraged by Mordecai's defiance, Haman persuades Ahasuerus to issue a decree to annihilate all Jews in the empire on a specific day. The decree is sealed with the king's ring and becomes irrevocable. Esther's intervention. Mordecai urges Esther to plead with the king for her people. Esther, risking her life, approaches the king unsummoned. She invites Ahasuerus and Haman to a banquet, where she plans to make her plea. First banquet and Haman's downfall. During the first banquet, Esther invites the king and Haman to a second banquet. Meanwhile, Haman, enraged by Mordecai's continued defiance, builds a gallows to hang him. Second banquet and Esther's plea. At the second banquet, Esther reveals her Jewish identity and Haman's plot to annihilate her people. Ahasuerus, furious, orders Haman to be hanged on the gallows he prepared for Mordecai. Reversal of fortune. Ahasuerus allows Esther and Mordecai to issue a new decree permitting the Jews to defend themselves. The Jews defeat their enemies, and Mordecai is elevated to a high position in the kingdom. Establishment of Purim. The Jews celebrate their victory with feasting and joy, instituting the festival of Purim to commemorate their deliverance. Mordecai records these events and sends letters to all Jews, ensuring the annual celebration of Purim. Divine Providence. Although God is not mentioned explicitly in the Book of Esther, His providence is evident throughout the narrative. The sequence of events and the timely interventions suggest a divine orchestration behind the scenes. Courage and advocacy. Esther's bravery in approaching the king uninvited, risking her life to save her people, highlights the theme of courageous advocacy. Mordecai's steadfastness and refusal to bow to Haman also exemplify moral integrity and courage. Identity and solidarity. The importance of Jewish identity and solidarity is a key theme. Esther's eventual disclosure of her heritage and the collective defense of the Jewish people underscore the significance of communal identity and unity. Reversal of fortune. The story is replete with reversals. Esther, an orphan, becomes queen. Haman's plan to destroy Mordecai leads to his own execution. The decree to annihilate the Jews results in their empowerment and victory. Justice and retribution. The narrative emphasizes justice and retribution. Haman's evil intentions and actions are met with his downfall and execution, while Mordecai and Esther, who act righteously, are rewarded and elevated. The Book of Esther is celebrated for its dramatic narrative, its portrayal of Jewish resilience, and its enduring legacy through the festival of Purim, which commemorates the survival and triumph of the Jewish people against their enemies.